If you're not having a timetable of things that you want to do in that day, which does not align with the resolution or the purpose that you intend to fulfill that year, then you will never be able to achieve that. First, it was the resolution, the intention, and all those things that actually triggered it up. Then go to the next step.
Yeah.
And the next step is
Intention.
intention.
So the third one is conversation.
Yeah.
So which you have given a brief about it. Build support networks. Yeah.
Yeah. Like a supervisor, supervise yourself.
Hmm.
Put a weekly action planner. This week, this is what I have to do. This log, a daily progress log. And then analyze weekly what you have done. You're the only person who is starting this company. It's just an idea. Who is the first employee? So find out those people who stand with you, because it's not going to be easy. Who said change is easy?
Yeah.
Who said completing a resolution is easy? You will upgrade yourself with what is needed, right? I'm saying that.
Yeah.
So forget 2024.
Yeah.
Okay. Because you cannot carry 2024
Wipe
into
it off.
2025.
Yeah.
You'll have to let go of it. Take 2025 as a fresh start. Dr. Lim says, in Chinese, they say, you're like that cannon that makes a lot of noise but does not shoot a single ball out there. So we cannot be a gun that only makes sound but does not fire. Okay, so we should be able to fire also. So make sure that you have a good reason for doing what you're doing.
So the conclusion is that we have to follow the path.
Walk the path.
Walk the path, and to achieve, to first set our goals and then achieve them.
Yes.
Namaste and a very good morning to everyone. Today we gather on the 31st of December to discuss a topic which is manifesting resolutions for 2025, a roadmap, with Dr. Rajesh Savera here. So welcome Dr. Rajesh.
Good morning.
Good morning. Can we just have a conversation going? As you told, we'll just have a conversational flow.
Yeah.
So is it if we notch it to that and
Yeah.
directly dive into it?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Because it's the last day of the year, 2024. And many people would have made a resolution in December 31st of 2023
Yeah.
that in 24 they would like to achieve all that.
Yeah.
The biggest question is, did they all achieve it?
Yeah.
And if they did, well and good. But if they did not, what were the reasons why they could not? Yeah.
So exactly. So we will be taking those reasons and asking them again. Why this topic? I mean, manifesting resolutions. What was the reason that this topic was so important that we take it on this day?
Yeah, because, there is always this feeling that we have, that this is 31st of December. It's the end of something that just pulled us for all the whole year.
Yeah.
And now next year is going to be great. So tomorrow is going to be something better. Actually, every day is the next day, a better day. But we don't do like that. We don't function like that. A mind tends to always have that special occasion in which it wants to do something special. So it decides that special day where it makes some promises. And many people will, I'm sure many would have made resolutions that in 2025, these are the things I want to achieve.
Yeah.
This is, they start with that excitement, but where do they land up, after the month of January gets over, February gets over, by March they don't even know what is going on.
Yeah,
Right?
they are already looking forward to the December of 2025
for making another resolution.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So the purpose behind this is because I have gone through the same thing. When I was also young, I used to make resolutions, and I wanted those resolutions to be fulfilled. And many a times, if those are easily achievable, they are fulfilled. So either you make easy resolutions which can be fulfilled, or we take the tough ones, but we know if it doesn't work, then we feel that we have failed. And it actually demotivates us to make another resolution.
Yeah.
So what I believe is there should be a recipe for every dish that is cooked. Because if you're a chef and if you're making a dish and somebody likes that dish and he asks you to make it again, you should be able to make it again. It cannot be that you randomly made a dish. Okay. So mother has a recipe when she makes a dish. So everything has to have a formula.
Hmm.
only then that can be shared with everyone and it can be multiplied.
Yeah.
So 2500 years ago also in India, there should have been a formula that made everybody successful. Can you imagine the Chinese texts saying that India was a paradise? You
Yeah.
know, all the Chinese used to only dream to go to the Western land, and their desire was to at least come here for even a day was the biggest achievement of their life, to come to the West.
So
That was
this is
India.
what the Chinese actually quote.
Yeah, they have written it down, that
Yeah.
Western paradise. So even if you
Western
look,
paradise.
yeah, Xuanzang had written in his book My
Hmm.
Journey to the West, in which he calls West means basically India for China.
Okay. Okay. Okay.
Okay, today we see West is the Western world, the
Mhm.
Europe and all this. No, but for China, West was
India.
this land, India, because India was very
Hmm.
prosperous, so much so that the text mentioned that there was not a single poor person, not a single person who was in a miserable situation. Everybody was skilled in some kind of skill set that they used to be rich and affluent. So
Hmm.
we had public gardens, while in China at that time they were only royal gardens. While in India there were public gardens where a normal person can go and rest in a garden.
Hmm.
There were hospitals for even animals, where there were no hospitals for even people in China.
So my question here was, now you are giving us this importance of public garden. Can you just go a little more in detail with these things? Because public garden in today's world is not much of a attractive thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But those days, the royal family used to have these gardens and big houses,
Hmm.
and it was not accessible for the poor people. But in India, India was all about a sharing culture. We shared everything. If you see the houses and you can see the inhabitants around every body, like a water body, fields, the king and his people around him, everything was shared. So we lived in harmony.
Okay.
But this prosperity also attracted a lot of attention
Hmm.
around the world, and that is why looters from around the world came and looted this country.
Hmm.
Okay, but again, forget what
Yeah.
happened. Okay,
Yeah.
the essence of today's talk is there a recipe that actually we can unfold so that we can actually manifest whatever we desire?
Yeah.
And I'm sure today everybody would have been having some resolutions,
Yeah.
even in the studio. And this is an exercise. This is something that you can manifest.
Hmm.
Whatever you desire, actually, you can manifest. It's like every seed, if given the right condition, can grow. Every desire, if given the right condition, can manifest.
That's a very powerful statement out here, that everything that you desire can manifest.
Yeah,
I mean, and there can be any type of desire there in the
absolutely.
world. I
Like,
mean, everybody desires, right? I think so that everybody desires. When we discuss with people in general, they will tell us that they want this, they want that. Even I tell everybody that I would want this, I would want that. So, is that a desire? Can you break down desire for the audience
as
out
you
there?
use the word want, if I take away W, what you're left is ant, right? If
What is it?
you have that inner desire of want
Hmm.
and you work like an ant,
Oh,
then you can achieve whatever you want. So you
okay.
have to be like that. You cannot just sit and dream. A dreamer doesn't achieve anything. The doer achieves everything.
Yeah.
So what are the steps of doing? So we have taken the most important 8 steps
Mm-hmm.
that we have unfolded from the 2005-year-old history
Mm-hmm.
of India,
Mm.
which has this in the text, how
Mm.
to manifest things.
Yeah.
How does this existence work in manifesting things? So we are just going to decode that 8 steps and then try to see if we can apply that
Yeah.
as a practice.
Yeah.
And then every month with a follow-up session to as a booster session, we will see people who are interested, are they ready to go on a journey by the 12th month, December? Whatever they decide today,
Mm.
whatever they plan today, whatever they want today, by the year end they should have it.
Okay.
Okay,
Yeah.
that's going to be the resolution that they should be able to manifest.
So let me take them through each of these steps.
Okay.
Then we'll go deeper with all of them. So first one here is resolution, and the second one is which we are going to cover up is the intention. Then comes the conversation, action, discipline, energy, focus, and awareness.
Yeah.
Okay. And also going deeper, before going deeper with this comes from Buddha, right? Or is
Yeah, from an ancient text, where
ancient
this
text,
is called the eightfold path
eightfold
that can
path.
unfold your
Mhm.
desires and actually also unfold the manifestation of those desires.
Okay. Why I asked that? Because you were telling me that how even Buddha had a resolution with him, and
Yeah.
he went out and having a resolution, then he even achieved it. So can you just tell them about
Yeah,
this?
so it is very easy to understand that when somebody goes on a quest,
Hmm.
okay, he always goes on a quest because he has a question.
Mm-hmm.
If you don't have a question, you cannot have a quest. Quest means the thirst, right? Because that is why that quest has to be quenched.
Hmm.
That thirst has to be satisfied. And that question is the driving force that pushes you towards searching
Hmm.
for something, then you become a seeker.
Hmm.
Okay, so Buddha was a seeker.
Hmm.
He was an explorer.
Hmm.
Explorer of what? The question that bothered him the most. Why is there so much suffering in this world? And is there a way to get out of this suffering? Spending 6 years trying all the experiments and going through all the teachers, he could decode the Vedic knowledge. He could decode all the essence of the great seers of those time, and then actually present it in the most simplest form, like the easy form for that time, those people, for them to understand, and everybody could actually achieve what this time only the great seers could achieve.
Hmm.
So he made the most difficult knowledge in a simple way so that the most commonest man could also get out of suffering. And that, I think, was his resolution, which he accomplished. And then promise, keeping the promise that I'll return back, he came back home and met his dad, and then he
Yeah.
also took up the vow of making sure that this he would spread around. And for almost 56 years of his life, he remained a teacher, even to the end of life, when he was on his bed, when he was doing he was going into Mahaparinirvan. Even at that very last moment, when somebody came asking him a question, he answered that question because he knew only answering questions can relieve the thirst of that mind. Okay, so if you don't have a questioning mind, you will never have a quest. And if you don't have a quest, you'll never go on a journey.
Yes.
You'll be only circled around in the sufferings of life. Circumstances and situations will churn you around. At the end of the day, you'll be left where all the situation circumstances have left you with.
Yeah.
You understand?
Yes, I
Yeah.
understand. Beautiful. So, the first question that everybody out here should ask themselves is that, do you have any questions?
Yeah.
So, that would be the first thing that can lead you. And I'll come back to one point later on where you tell that after he completed his journey, he still went on another taking a vow. So, that maybe we can cover up later. Till then, I just wanted to check if there are any people who have posted comments with their resolution.
Yeah.
Do you
So first is resolution.
have? Yeah,
There has to be, if you're going. So let's take this into 8 steps.
8 steps.
The first step of the ladder is to have a resolution.
Yeah,
So have you planned anything for 2025?
yeah.
You know, when I'm saying 2025 is a journey, right?
Mhm.
Since you consider tomorrow the first as a special day,
Hmm.
so is there anything that you're going to start and you're going to take along for the next 12 months as a resolve?
Hmm.
When you say resolve, is to solve something, right?
Hmm. Yeah,
Okay, yeah. So resolve is to solve.
yeah.
So, but to resolve means to solve it again and again. So this is going to happen as you go on the journey.
Hmm.
Now, the first thing, do you have a resolution?
Hmm.
Do you have a desire for 2025? If
Hmm.
so, if you're online, put that in the comments. Let that be one that thing that you let the universe know. Let yourself know, because what is in the mind has to come on paper. What is in your mind has to come somewhere, in form of words, because only then it will manifest. If the seed remains in the fruit, it doesn't grow a tree. Only when it is dispersed out into the soil with the right conditions, it grows into a tree. Okay, so
Understood.
put that in the comment section. All of you all also write down
Yeah.
what is your plan, and don't put 10 plans. Make one resolution, two resolution enough. Put those resolution on paper. Could be money. You want to manifest some money. Put the money. Put your relationships, if that is what you're looking at. Maybe a career path that you're
Hmm.
choosing for. Maybe you have certain things that you want to accomplish, like an author or
Hmm.
being a celebrity, going out and traveling,
Hmm.
whatever it is. You spend some time, take a minute, think whatever is it that you desire, just put it on paper. That's the first
Okay.
thing you do.
So here we'll go with, I'll just read this out. So first one is the resolution where you define the vision as Dr. Rajesh just told us. And then in this I'll continue that there is an activity which you do, like how he told. But you have given a nice analogy here. Write a smart resolution which is specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and time bound.
Yeah, so you take the acronym SMART,
Hmm.
SMART, and then S stands for specific. Your resolution should be specific, very, very clear. You cannot have, maybe I want a lot of money. A lot of money is not understood by universe. You cannot write a code with vague, numbers. You have to have specific numbers. So when you put a resolve, it should be very specific in what domain. So for example, you want to buy a car, so you need to know what color car it is, what make the car is it, okay, what features the car should have, okay, when do you want it. All those things you should be very clear in putting down. So it should be very specific.
Okay.
Your resolve. Okay, second, it should be measurable. You should be, when I say measurable, means it should be something that is tangible. You cannot imagine something that I want to go in the stars. No, that is something that is not measurable. It's intangible, right? So consider who you are, what you are, what is your situation, and make something measurable be your resolution, something that is tangible your resolution. So SM, then comes A, achievable. Okay, something that you think is difficult, nearly impossible, but still achievable. Like, for a certain period of time to climb Mount Everest was considered impossible, but somebody decided it's still achievable, because there are other mountain tops that we have climbed. This one is just the highest one. We can do it. So somebody did achieve it, and after he achieved it, there are many more who followed suit, right? So something should be achievable. So your resolution should be specific, it should be measurable, it should be achievable, it should be relevant to you. Now when I say relevant, means it should be relevant to your purpose. It should feed your purpose. Okay, so make a resolve that is feeding your purpose. Maybe you're financially drained and you want money. So why are you needing this money? Is because there is a relevant reason that you want to get out of poverty. You're suffering from cancer. What is the resolution? Is by the year end you get rid of cancer completely. So there is a relevance that you will lead a lifestyle that will take you off that particular condition called cancer. So you should have that relevance when you put your resolution, and it should be time bound.
Okay.
You cannot say, in 100 years from now. It doesn't make any sense, right? It should be time bound.
Not even within a day or a week.
No,
or
so
something
don't
like that.
don't put realistic time into picture, right? You want to walk 1,000 miles, you cannot do that just in a day. So maybe you cannot say even 100 years. You'll have to put some specific timeline to whatever you
Which
want
is
to say.
more realistic as well.
Absolutely. Because I know people who have said, that they want $100 million in their account in the next 10 years. So it makes sense, right? So they
Yeah.
can able to divide that into the years of efforts that they will need to do it. Maybe the last year is the year when it fruits up, but it's still something that is time bound. So it should be time bound. So
Yeah.
put your resolution with this acronym called SMART.
Yeah, be smart about it.
Yeah, smart.
Okay, so the actionable item here is create a resolution blueprint worksheet, breaking the resolution into smaller milestones. Can you explain this?
Now, when you put a resolution, now we are going into the second phase of this. Now it's actionable action. What action you're going to take? You're going to take your resolution. So whatever your resolution it is, now you need to make that in and break it down into actionable items that you can achieve. Like if you want to walk a mile, you start with the single footstep, right? So you have to have these parts in which you are able to divide your resolution into, okay, your goal into. So for example, you want to make a crore a year. That's what your resolution is. So what is your monthly effort that you're going to put in so that you can achieve that crore? So you break that down into an actionable item. So what is it that you need to do? So you need to create a blueprint. So you yourself have to create smaller milestones. So now you put a resolution, and we can take up the resolutions later. But when you put a resolution, put in the and break it down to the possibilities. So when you're putting a year's resolution, it should also have a journey in a month, it should also have a journey in a week, and it should also have a journey in a day. You
Yeah.
understood? And it also should have a journey in an hour. So it should have a journey, and it should be able to be broken down. If you want to look at the good picture, it should be broken down to the smallest pixel. Then only the resolution is good.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, right. a good example.
Yeah.
So it is very clear that if you don't break it down to that minute detail of it, you'll never be able to make it. It's like again how Rajesh sir told here that it's about creating a whole picture. And if there are some distorted pixels, the picture would not look good.
Yeah. So the
Yeah.
resolution will not be
Yeah,
good.
yeah, the resolution not good. Yeah, the resolution. So coming now, so we also you have also put in the reflection question here. So this is a question that people should ask themselves every day or like.
So if you look at it, we have divided every step into three parts.
Mm-hmm.
First is the activity
Yeah.
that you need to do in that particular step. Second is the actionable item, something that you need to break down into. And the third one is a reflective question. Again, I'm telling you, the only thing that will keep you going is the quest, the question.
Question.
If you're not thirsty, you'll never visit the lake, right? If you're not hungry, you will never go and hunt. If you don't need it, you will never do it. If there is no want, there is no reason for you to do anything in this world.
Yeah.
There has to be a question. And this question should be reflecting continuously. What should it be reflecting? The resolution that you make. The question is the thing that actually instigates you or bugs you all the time. Now, what is the question for the first one, the
Yeah.
resolution? What is my ultimate goal for 2025 and why is it important to me?
Yeah.
You have to have the answer to this. What is my 2025 goal? Because that is your resolution. It should be broken down into SMART.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, it should be achievable, right? It should be something that you can break down into small milestones, and then it should be very clear that this is the ultimate goal that I want in 2025.
Yeah.
And you should be able to write it down. And this written down goal, it should be always in the sight of your vision. It should go on your vision board.
Okay.
Wherever your vision board is, it's in your bathroom, it's in your hall, it's in your kitchen, it's on your laptop screen, it's in your purse, wherever it is, the reminder should always be there. Okay. See, the mind needs reminding.
Yeah.
Only then it actually works, right?
Yeah.
So you need to remind the mind. Okay. And that's where the whole vision board plays a role. Now, here, when you have an ultimate goal for 2025, write it down. Write it down in a single statement. Let the mind know that again and again and again and again. 365 days we have. It's a long time for you to manifest anything in this world.
Yeah.
It's a long time, I'm telling you. And if you understand the power of this mind, 365 days, it can do wonders in your life. It can completely transform your life. And you would never imagine that you could do this in just a year, right? So it's something that you have to unleash the potential of your mind. And the first thing, it starts with asking a question and reflecting on this question again and again. What is my ultimate goal for 2025? And the second thing is, why is it important for me? Why?
Yeah.
Why do you want it? Why do you want it? Okay, so maybe you have a resolution. Is there something that you want in 2025?
Yeah, actually, if you ask me that, I have been thinking about this, and there are many things, like you said, career-wise and education-wise. So, if by studying that in this year, there is a company secretary's level. So, I want to become a company secretary. So, that it takes periods. Like, if I clear my examination this year, it will take more time. It's like I have to wait for it. So, will it be considered in this year? Or like
Yeah, for this year, you'll actually say
yeah,
you're going
that
to
level.
climb half the mountain. It's
Yeah,
still a journey,
it's
right?
still a journey because I have to wait because of
Yeah.
the implications of it. But that would be one of my. So I can have multiple resolutions.
Yeah, it's up to you.
What is the ultimate resolution?
Resolution is the final thing that you say that you have achieved, right? You can participate in many sports, but what is the ultimate thing that you're looking at? If you're looking at winning in all the sports, that's the ultimate thing.
Yeah.
You know, what is it that you're looking at? You can have 10 subjects that you're studying,
Yeah.
but what is the ultimate thing? The ultimate thing is that you want to be in topper in all the 10 subjects. See, so there has to be an ultimate thing.
What my ultimate resolution is that I want to become the number one in each and everything I do.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Now that's what it is. So now once you put that, the next question is, why is it important for you to do that?
Why is it important to me? Because before meeting you, it was not so important, but then I realized that you should become number one in your life, everything that you do. And that has become my perspective, and that is how I look at the world. Because being number one is nothing as such of a problematic. You learn a lot of things. It's a beautiful journey. For the journey, I want to do it. And it is very important for me because then I can share that journey with others. As I remember, you told me that when you will change, Dhruv, it is that then your people around you will be able to change, and
Yeah.
that is how you contribute to the society.
Yeah.
So maybe that's the reason I'm going for it.
You want to be the example for others to see and follow, right?
Yeah, I mean, not as such like I want to be the example, but yeah, if I could, then it would be a good thing.
But it should be important for you. So
Yeah.
you should have the clarity of thought. Why is it important?
Yeah,
Okay.
because I see all these examples around me and I just want to become one of them.
Yeah.
It's so beautiful how they live life. Then I see you, Dr. Lim, then going back to all these great masters, Buddha, Shankaracharya, you say Christ, name these people. They were examples, and the journey and the personality itself was beautiful. So that is something I'm always inclined towards. So maybe that is the reason.
Okay, great. So you, and I think everybody here also should be able to put down very clearly why is it important for you to do what you're doing. Okay, if it is not important for you, I'll tell you, it is not important for anybody whom you will come across.
Yeah.
Because only when something is important for you, everybody will consider that as something that they won't like to contribute.
Yeah.
If it's irrelevant for you, it's irrelevant for all the people who will come in your life.
First, I would think that the thing which is important to me is irrelevant for others. So it was very difficult.
Yeah. No, but that's what you have to understand very clearly. When we hold on to things, everybody supports. It's like, you're pushing a car. It's important for you to push that car because you want to take it.
Yeah.
Then seeing you pushing the car and not moving, somebody will come and push the car.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah, yes or no?
Yes.
But for you, you're standing there and your car is not moving. You ask people to push it. Nobody's going to push you. Nobody's going to push your car. It's your first step
Yeah.
that will make the others to actually follow suit. So maybe you're a founder of a new company. Maybe you're just trying to do something new.
Yeah.
That excitement is when it is important for you. So
Yeah,
keep
and
that thing
this
very important.
also is a
Now, this
resolution
is
of mine,
what is
the
it?
Sunya Meditation Studio,
Yes.
to make it a brand itself. And because it is very important, as through that period of journey, just to tell everybody, we tried to promote it in a different way, but there was, I mean, at the end, what we are trying to tell, how to lead a peaceful life. And I think everybody wants that.
Yeah.
So we are just trying to promote that here. So this brand is a beautiful brand. I love it. And I just want to make this as one of my resolution that this becomes the #1 brand out there. So that's it.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
So we finished the first step.
Yeah.
That is to have a resolve. Okay. And then go to the next step.
Yeah.
And the next step is
Intention.
intention.
So coming to intention, let me introduce you to the activity, or maybe you can give us a little gist about intention, because these words are very new for many of the people out there. Just by intention, it's difficult to understand what it is, why is
So
it important.
you look at the word intention. The word tension is very well put inside. That tension should be from inside.
Yeah.
Okay. If you live with the tension, you live with that attention also,
Yeah.
and that intention also, that thing is definitely important. Only important things will give you attention. Unimportant things will not give you attention. Only important things will grab your attention. Unimportant things will not grab your attention. So you should understand that intent is the only thing that matters. When you do an act, there has to be an intention behind that act. If you're putting a resolution, there has to be an intention behind that resolution. Okay. So it is important that you put that intention in actually action. Now, how does that happen? Is you should know the purpose why you're doing what you're doing. That is why we asked in the question last, the reflective question, why is it important for you? Because that question will again and again push you towards the purpose why you should be having the resolution fulfilled. You understand? So the last question becomes the booster for the next step for you to move on, right? So that reflective question, why is it important for me, is always going to be there. So in this, if you look at again, we are going for the activity. What does the activity say?
It says that craft a personal mission statement or affirmation tied to the resolution. Yeah.
Now, you see, you went first with a vision. That was your resolution. Okay. But you're now going with a mission. Mission is something that you have to achieve, right?
Yeah.
Like for a person, for a country that is going in war, the vision is to remain free, not letting anybody just come and attack us. And independence is the ultimate vision of that country. But for its mission is to make sure that it goes protecting its boundaries. It sets up a good, strong defense system. These are the missions that it has to do. So these are actionable items. Okay. And if you look at, you have to have a personal mission statement and affirmation tied to the resolution. So it should be an affirmation. Again, this becomes a part of your vision board. Okay, you put down a statement very clearly that by this year end, okay, because if you want to have a crore, I will be able to build, if you're a direct seller, like DXN, and you want to build a team of, say, 2,000 people, you should be able to put that with the 2,000 people team. I'll be able to earn so much, so much. Now, here comes the mission. Your vision reiterated in the form of action. Okay, so you're now putting down the plan. So here you have to have the statement also. You see, in India also, whenever olden days, whenever they went out for war, they used to shout a slogan, in the war, like maybe, Har Har Mahadev or something like that.
Even in schools, we used to do in the
Yeah,
morning.
so
They
everything,
some
you need to have something that pushes you
yeah
to do that. That is the mission statement. Like in Indian independence, Vande Mataram was one of the things that actually brought everybody together.
yeah
They synced everybody
yeah
together and brought everybody to fight the British and get independence for our
Mhm.
country. Okay, in DXN, we say you seek freedom for yourself and for the world. Like health, wealth, and happiness becomes the mission statement. What is your mission statement for this year? Write it very clearly. If you can spell that out clearly, that this is my mission statement, okay, my job done. Like, for example, you can say, when you want to do 100 podcasts,
yeah
okay, this is your mission statement,
Mm.
that 100 podcasts in the particular segment that you would like to do, that will be your mission statement, and you will go on a journey. Now here it comes the measuring part, the actionable part. So craft a personal mission statement or affirmation tied to your resolution.
resolution. So now actionable item is journal daily intentions that align with your
Yeah.
resolution, with the resolution.
Journaling, Dhruv, journaling is the key. A diary every day is to make sure your daily intentions are set. What is today my intention? If I have to make those 100 millionaires, what am I going to do today is going to matter. That's the goal I have to reach. But what is the step I'm taking today? What have I done today? So keeping that monitoring on, keeping that journaling on, and that conversation with the pen and paper with yourself is very, very important. The key ingredient for you to accomplish and also, reaffirm the statement, your intent again and again to the mind. Remember, again, it's the mind that matters, and the mind can actually be shaped if you again hit it again and again and again and again with the same thing. Then it does it, because then with that repetition, the mind actually cultivates that into a habit. Then it becomes an automated machine to accomplish what it needs to, right? Because of the repetition.
Hmm.
So this is very important. A
Yeah.
journal is important.
Yeah, I can also tell that this is very important because I can share something with you that recently only I had lost my pen and paper, my friends. So then I was also very lost. Then one day someone comes in and then tish, then they just gave me a realization that it is very important for each and every one of us. If I can quote, it was Swati ma'am.
Uh-huh.
She says like you have your pen and paper and she has her Excel and everything. So that day I remember, bro, where is my pen and paper? Where did it go? When did I lose my friends? Then after that day, again I've started seeing these differences. Whenever I take my pen and paper and put things on paper, it's much more easier,
Yeah.
much more realistic, much more simpler for me to do anything
Yeah.
throughout the day or any time.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Right.
Yeah. So the reflection question is, what deeper purpose does my resolution serve?
Yeah. Now, while the previous question was, what's the ultimate, what was the question? What was the ultimate
Goal.
resolution
Goal.
goal, right?
Yeah.
What was the ultimate goal for 25 and why is it important for me?
Yeah.
Now, this question is totally deeper than that.
Hmm.
What is your deeper purpose does my resolution serve? What is it going to serve? Now, for Mrs. Devkar, when she said she was 100 millionaires around her, right, under in her team, what is the deepest purpose that this is going to solve? Why does she want this?
Hmm.
Why does this become important for her? There has to be a reason. Maybe her life, when she became a millionaire herself, changed everything in her life.
Yeah.
Maybe she could provide better for her kids. Maybe she could fulfill small desires. Maybe she experienced freedom. And what she experienced for herself, she now desires for 100 more people. Is that right? And that's exactly becomes her purpose. So what is the deepest purpose that this particular thing will serve? this
Yeah.
resolution will serve. So there has to be a reason.
Yeah, because in the previous one, I was just going to ask you that, isn't it very selfish to just have, why is it important for me?
Yeah.
Then you are taking us from first you, then to the others now.
Yeah, it's like this, why are we doing Shunya? Why are we even doing this talk?
Yeah.
Because we found something and it has helped us to fulfill our desires. We are able to manifest that and we realize it works. And something that works, we would like to give it to everyone.
Yeah.
That's the reason we are taking an effort on the 31st, December, the last day of the year, while everybody is just hanging out and enjoying. We are sitting here seriously sharing this formula with everyone.
And
Why?
enjoying. And
Yeah,
enjoying.
because it is going to serve a deeper purpose within me, that I wanted to contribute in this world in some way, and this is the best way I can do it at this time.
Yeah. And it brings joy.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, the greatest joy can be in sharing, as you
Yeah.
have said.
So I think we can just quickly go. We finished two,
Yeah.
resolution, and then we finished the second was the intention.
Intention.
Okay, these 2 points are there. Then we have also covered how important these two things, because after this follows is all actions.
Yeah.
Okay, so this is
So
where
this
you set
was
up the
still
foundation.
not actionable.
No,
right?
these are just setting up the foundation.
Okay.
Now is where your work will follow.
So setting my feet in
Yeah,
on the ground, now I have
absolutely.
to
Yeah,
take in.
yeah.
It's like before the runner, an athlete who runs just
He
sets
prepares himself.
prepares
Yeah,
himself. So the third one is conversation.
yeah,
So which you have given a brief about it. Build support networks. Yeah.
yeah. So now, when you have something in mind, always use others' mind to get things manifested. But how does one mind communicate to another mind? Is through conversation. Okay, because you'll need like-minded people to build palaces. You'll need bricks and bricks and bricks and bricks and bricks and bricks and bricks to make a huge structure like a palace, right? So if you want to fulfill your desire, you'll need to align with the others' desires and make sure that all of them align with that desire. Like, for again, I go back to Mrs. Devkar. She wants 100 millionaires, but if, can you imagine, there are nobody who is interested in becoming a millionaire?
Then gone.
Finish. So she has to have those 100 millionaires who also want to become a millionaire.
Yeah.
Then they align with her line and goal, right? The engine should have the other bogies attached to it so that they can become a train.
Yeah.
And then they can travel. If the bogie is not attached to the engine, useless, right? So it is like this. So conversation is the key through which you pick up all those people who have that kind of a mindset, who can align with you. So conversation is the way you build your network.
Yeah.
And then build a supporting network.
Yeah. So,
So
a supporting one,
yeah.
not the one which pulls you down.
No. So conversation is important, because see, the ones, if you cannot have a conversation, it is not going to go anywhere. Conversation is on both sides, right? Somebody needs, you have, you need, they have. It's mutual.
Conversation and conversion
Yeah.
type of a
Yeah,
way.
yeah, yeah.
Conversion more of. So the activity which is given here is partner participants for peer accountability discussions.
Yeah. So here comes the conversation. So since we both are aligned with a common purpose, I have to go to Bombay. You also have to go to Bombay. My car is okay. Can you just board in? We share our, fare, and we can actually save. Both reach at the same destination together. You go from there wherever you want to go. I go from there wherever I want to go. So now it is through conversation where you share your accountability, your responsibility. You give the team a task to do. So how will you have a conversation? Is only when you have a team.
Yeah.
You have people around you. So you have to now start picking people in your team. You have to have those people who will be able to achieve your goal. You want to become an actor, you will have to go, and maybe you don't know acting, you'll have to join an acting school. Maybe just join an acting school and just going away will not help. Maybe you'll have to have conversation, something that you are not able to work with. You go and talk to your teacher, maybe your peers along, you sit down, you hang along after your classes in a cafe, still discuss. If you remain in that circle, that circle is going to be pulling you up, to whatever you want to achieve. So it's the community that you will build in your conversation, through your conversation, that will help you to reach your goal. So this is very important. Participants, you will need to participate. You cannot just sit in your house and say, I've done my resolution, I have an intention, I do nothing. No. Here is where everything is going to start. I never said you will speak, you chant. I said you'll have conversation. For conversation, you'll have to have a conversation with somebody who's like-minded like you. You cannot have a conversation with a dog. You cannot say, my pet, I'm having a conversation. That's not conversation. Yeah, but I don't know what that conversation is, because the dog doesn't understand what you're saying and you don't understand what the dog is doing. The dog only sees a biscuit that is going to come. That is why it will do whatever it is. Right? It sees you only as a source of biscuit. That is not conversation. That's just the trainer offering some treat for something that you do. That is not where conversation. I mean, conversation is something that we share with each other, and that's important. So partner activities are very important. So meetups, trainings, all this is going to help you to achieve the third step of the ladder, in the 8-step ladder of fulfilling your resolution.
Before going to the actionable item, I just had a question here where you were mentioning how even after the sessions you should stay and then in the cafes and everything. Nowadays it is termed, the word toxic. It's very toxic to stay in that same environment for the whole period of time.
No, when your talk is sick, it is toxic. When your talk is something that is motivating, it cannot be sick, right? It depends on what you're talking, what's your subject. If it's in line with what your resolution is, what your intention is, your conversation is there, you are in line with it, then it is all exciting. Then how it is? It's if because it is important for you, because it matters for you, because it matters for that person, because it is important for that person, you can sit and have a conversation for hours. It becomes a passion. It becomes a reflection of something both are thirsty for, right? And then you both will achieve it. You getting a point? So it's very important that you have to understand what type of conversation you're doing.
Following one more question is there that how about you always stress on the fact that you should take a break in between, like cut off yourself from that thing and then go for a break. Is that applying here as well?
No,
From a certain activity which you have been doing continuously, then do we have to cut off at a period of point, or is it
not necessarily. It depends how it is, right? The situation. When you think that this is becoming exhaustive, tiring, too much, then it's always good to pause, right? Because when you feel that you become a burden, that things have become a burden, it's good to rest. That is when you will know for yourself. But let not that become boredom. Let not that become your lethargy. Once that happens, then forget your resolution, forget your intention. You'll end up doing nothing. There is no animal that comes and tells the lion, you're my king, kill me. The lion still has to hunt. If you are a king of the jungle, you need to show your might there by hunting the most swift creature, even a deer. You'll have to hunt it down. You cannot just sit there. And I'll tell you one thing very important is, if you want to achieve these goals, you will have to be hungry. You'll have to be hungry like the lion who is going after its prey. That thing you have set yourself a goal is something that you want to achieve. How hungry you should be. It should not let you sleep. It should not let you rest. If you are resting, if you're sleeping, forget everything. You're already sick. No way you're going to be able to fulfill your resolution. No way you're going to be able to have your intentions met. All that will just remain a dream.
So you should always go for whatever you're hungry for.
If there's no hunger, there's no need. That is why I ask you, what is the purpose of you doing this? You understand?
That's where you start from.
You cannot just go and have a conversation, blabber something. Somebody's going to get bored. He's going to walk away from you. If that is happening, then that means you're getting not in alignment with that person. Maybe you need, if you don't enjoy a conversation, that means you're absolutely not in alignment.
Okay. So that is how we calibrate ourselves.
You should enjoy, the other should enjoy.
So this is the way to identify the peers actually.
Absolutely, see, Arjun and Krishna, their conversation gave Gita. It was a good conversation. It solved Arjun's problem, and hereafter, everybody who wanted to be like Arjun, their all problems were solved by that little conversation.
Even Subhuti and
So sometimes two presidents of a country, they have a conversation and can solve the problems of both the countries. So conversations are important, they can resolve a lot of things. Okay.
Going ahead with the actionable item here, identify 3 people who can support and motivate you. Schedule regular check-ins.
Now here comes it. So on one side, you're trying to find those people whom you can help, but you also need to find out those 3 people who can mentor you. who can actually support and motivate you, because every time you need that push, because you are going on a journey, right? If you don't have those three people around you to push you from this side and that side, and so that you remain in the center,
Yeah.
right? You be on the path of what you're heading forth. So till that time, if you don't have those mentors around you, you'll never be able to.
Very true. Very true.
So Arjuna needs Krishna.
Very true.
Okay. If not, there's no way he will be able to win the war.
Yes.
Yeah. So you find your mentors around you.
Yeah.
Could be a book, which is a mentor. Could be a particular series on Netflix that is motivating you. Could be a teacher, a guide from your field who is guiding you. Could be a class or training that you're doing that is helping you. Maybe an organization that inspires you. Find out those three things. Put them around you. So
Fantastic.
that is the fence in which you live. That itself is the key for you to go out. You're armored now, armored with these three things. Then you can go out in any kind of actionable items that you want to do in this world. You will be much more safe. So if you're on a problem, you know helpline is ready.
Yes.
You understood? You have a doubt, you know there is a number that you can call.
Yeah.
If you need something, you know whom to reach out for. So this is very, very important.
Very important.
Yeah.
I think this would be the most important elements
Yeah.
out there. So, going with the reflection question, what we have here is, who can I talk to about my resolution for guidance and encouragement?
Yeah. Now write that question.
Yeah.
Every day you should ask this: who is that one person I can talk to about my resolution? Because that has to be reiterated again and again. And that person or that thing should be our guide. Okay. And also our source of encouragement. For me, for example, when I keep on asking this, who is going to help me get this resolution of mine to make sure that I'm able to share the practice of peace with everyone? I always go back to Buddha and know that he is the person who's going to help me. So he becomes my guide. Where do I find him? In sutras, in text. So I have one. Then, but he's not there. Like I can just call and talk to him. Then I have another guy. I'm my teacher, Dr. Lin.
Yeah.
I can ask him a question. I can pose a question to him, and he can guide. Okay, so we have to be surrounded by people who actually can be reached out and talked about our resolution, whom you can talk about your resolution and guidance. And also, these are the people who will encourage you. If you don't get encouragement, you will give up very soon. You need that push always. Stay around people who push you up, not around people who pull you down. Remember this.
Yeah.
Okay, circumstances, situations will always pull you down. And if you add another element of people to them, you're going faster down. Okay, make sure at least circumstances, situation which are pulling down is exactly, you can say, contradicted with another force of good people around you who pulling you up. Okay, if you have that, then you are definitely saved and you will achieve what you want to achieve.
Yeah. Okay. So, but many of the times it's what you said, like this, I remember doing it when you had discussed this with me, and it was easier. But I've sometimes given a suggestion to all people out there, they say it's not easy at all to do it. Because what happens is it's the closest ones sometimes who pull you down. So, in that situation, what is your suggestion
No,
to them?
it's like this, when you were a small kid and you wanted to walk, it was not easy, but it was your parents that were happy when you fell down. They were seeing you taking the first step. It was their motivation that helped you to continue doing whatever you're doing. So find out those people who stand with you, because it's not going to be easy. Who said change is easy?
Yeah.
Who said completing a resolution is easy? To have a goal is easy, right? To have a plan is easy, but to execute it is not easy, because the word execution is to go for a kill. Yeah, to execute things. Execute is to finish off things.
Okay.
Right? Otherwise, what's the point? You're not executing it. So
Yeah.
execution is the key, and you have to understand. So it's very important you get all these questions in the mind again and again, asking this question. So put down that in your list today. Okay, if you want to achieve your goals, you want to set up to fulfill your desires, you want to complete your resolution, take this 8-step method to fulfill that. Okay.
Yeah.
Next.
Next is the part where you have said that we are now going with the actionable items. We go with the fourth one, which is action itself, and take the first step. So can you just give us
Yeah, now is the
share?
most important thing.
Yeah, yeah.
Now the want,
Mm.
W goes, and now only left is the and.
And
And now you have to work.
now
You have to put action. Action is where now, first activity. What does he say? List three small, immediate actions to start the journey. What are you going to do tomorrow, first day, January 1st? What are the three things you're going to start doing tomorrow? Write it down. That from tomorrow, this is what I'm going to do. If these three things I do, these are small things. It doesn't matter. But they should be immediate actions. It should be done tomorrow. Don't tell me I'll do it in 1 week. No, 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 no. There is no tomorrow.
Why even tomorrow? Like if somebody says today.
Fantastic. If it wants to do it today, nothing better than that.
Yeah.
But you need to list that three
Yeah.
things and put it down on paper. Make sure it is on that vision board of the activity list that you do. That these are the three things that I'm going to do today.
Yeah.
Like for example, you want to improve your handwriting. Make sure you buy a book, have a pen. That's an actionable item. You just do that. Maybe you're going to write one paragraph today. Maybe you're going to get a calligraphy book to write your this thing. All those things have to be done today. If it is not done on that day, it will never be done on any other day. You understood? So make sure that the list down the three small also, it doesn't matter, but immediate actions to start the journey.
So it should be so small that it has to be immediate.
If, for example, you want to go and have weight loss,
Yeah.
what is your first thing you'll do? Three things.
First three things is that start exercising simply, or and then check out for a diet plan and then just start doing it.
Yeah, so you'll have to put that, right?
Yeah.
That I will, you don't say that I will walk. Go and walk
Yeah.
that day.
Yeah.
Okay, I will eat when I'm hungry, or I will limit my food. Then that day, starve, fast that day, at least for some time.
Yeah.
You do that, right? Then third is you will upgrade yourself with what is needed, right? So third thing is maybe read something about some food stuff that will help you do that. So these three things are actionable. It is done that day. If it is done that day, it should be simple, easy to be done that day. Then you have to just repeat that every day. Finish. By sometime you'll realize doing those simple things have given you something unimaginable as a result. You know, so doing something tomorrow or today, as you said, is very important. Today itself, that journey should begin today.
Because you are the one who always tells me that there is no such thing as tomorrow.
There is no tomorrow.
Yeah, because we are doing this talk, maybe tomorrow came into the picture as
No,
everybody
but
would
when
like.
I say tomorrow, because today is 31st,
Yeah.
I'm sure people will today drink,
Have that,
enjoy, and have all the things. If they start today, they'll feel that they've gone. Even if they want to have weight loss, today they will say, let me be. They've called this thing called cheat day.
Yeah,
Okay.
today is a cheat day.
So these cheaters, they cheat every day and call themselves cheat day, you know. So that is not how we go ahead.
They're ants, not cheaty.
Yeah. So what you need to do is you have to have a resolution. And if this resolution for New Year, I'm saying, okay, at least be disciplined from tomorrow, because tomorrow is first. I'm saying that. So
Yeah, in that
forget
sense.
2024.
Yeah.
Okay. Because you cannot carry 2024 into
Wipe it off.
2025.
Yeah.
You'll have to let go of it. Take 2025 as a fresh start. As soon as midnight hits, can you live with the resolution that you make today?
Not midnight.
Not midnight?
Midnight is the main time when they party.
That's what I'm saying. Can you do that?
Yeah.
That's how
The one
strict you
who
have
does
to-
it, then it's a different
Yeah,
case.
absolutely. You know, if tomorrow you say that in New Year I'm going to actually start running early morning, but 31st night it was too late, so I leave first, I'll do it on second. He's already failed. Okay. When the first step is wrong, you have already gone on the wrong direction. You see, you want to go this side, but you take the first step in this direction. Where will you run? You'll run in the wrong direction. You understood? That first day, that first hour, that first minute, where you are looking at, where you are having your vision, where you are having your intention, where you are having your action, is where you will actually land. That day is very important. So the most crucial period of fulfilling your resolution is tonight, midnight. That's when the clock is going to strike 12 and you're going to have midnight. From there, the clock of manifestation is going to start ticking. You have just 365 days.
Yeah.
For a person who is in alignment, it's one of the greatest time that he ever had in his life.
Yeah.
For the one who is not in alignment, whatever he does, this will be one of the most horrible periods of his life.
Yeah, like there was this, I think so, female character where the clock hits and she gets poor suddenly. She was a
like
princess.
Cinderella.
Yeah,
Yeah, the Cinderella thing, right?
yeah, yeah.
Yeah. So here it's the other way around. When the clock will hit,
You'll
you can
become.
become a Cinderella for the whole year.
Yeah,
If you don't wake up at the clock, then you're gone.
yeah.
Okay.
So then the actionable item here is use a weekly action planner to log daily progress.
Yeah, here comes the daily Now, like a watchman, like a supervisor, supervise yourself. Put a weekly action planner. This week, this is what I have to do. This log, a daily progress log, and then analyze weekly what you have done.
Mm.
If you haven't done, then finish. Like, for example, you're starting a new company. You're the only person who is starting this company. It's just an idea. Who is the first employee?
Me.
Then did you log in at 8 o'clock into your own company? Nobody's there to check you. Did you log out at 5 o'clock when the company employee has to go away? It's one of the simplest acts,
Mm.
but it is the one that you do. If
Mm.
you are not going to be honest and true to yourself
Mm.
as an employee,
Mm.
do you think the other employees going to follow, going to be like you?
No
No.
way.
Exactly. So be the example that the others need to follow so that you can tell them a story. When
Mm.
I started a company, I was the first employee. I logged in at 8 o'clock. I checked out at 4 o'clock. I worked my 8 hours. Even there, when there was nothing, I was still working, working, working. And I realized that 8 hours was still not enough to
Mm.
start a big company like this. Maybe you're dealing with cancer. Okay. You want to heal your cancer, but it all will be in that weekly action plan. But the log should be a daily progress. Today I did this. I changed my diet to this. I had this in my diet. I had this. Every day of logging in your daily progress
Mm.
will make sure that by the time your week is over, you have a graph. By the time your month is over, you have statistics. By the time your year is over, you have the goal achieved. It's like that.
So suddenly the login button, I think so for many people it would have become a beautiful thing now.
Yeah.
Like the thing which would have feel, many of the time people say that yeah, this thing and this thing in corporate cultures we hear a lot of this.
Yeah.
So but you have just made it a little more nice.
So now the most important thing, the quest.
Yeah. What can I do today to move closer to my resolution?
Yeah. Always this question. I have a resolution, I have a goal, I have a plan, I have these things to be done. What is it that I'm going to do today, at this very moment? What am I going to do for that?
Yeah.
This question should be continuously hammering you every time you meet somebody. You're going where, even if you're in the bus, that question should, what should I do? Maybe you're a distributor, a networker. Maybe you're traveling in a bus from one place to that question. Once it comes, then you'll check to the neighbor and you'll start your business again. You understand? Who knows
What will click?
when your moment of that glory can come, where your resolution is about to be fulfilled. Like when you strike two stones to get the spark, we don't know at what striking will the spark come. Similarly, what can I do today to move closer to my resolution? What is that thing? Should I upgrade myself with little more knowledge? Should I need a little motivation from somebody?
Mm.
Should I go and study something? Should I go out and sell something? Should I be able to exercise something? What should I do today to go closer to my resolution? That should be very clear with you.
Yeah, and it becomes easier, because the as you see the previous steps which we have already taken will let us have that clarity of the mind where we can actually put this down on paper. That because if you directly ask this question out of nowhere, what can I do today? It's a little difficult
Yeah.
just to note it down.
Yeah.
But because I have gone through a step by step process now, I know what I can do today. So this is my purpose. This is what I intend to do. Then these are the conversations I've had with people, and that is what I got to know. Okay, so this is the best thing to do today.
Absolutely.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Let's take the fifth one.
Fifth one. So the activity here. Oh, so the name is the
Most
most important one, and it's discipline. Commit to consistency.
Yeah.
I think this is a challenge of all. The committing to consistency and being disciplined. So please.
So discipline, the word comes from the word disciple.
Okay.
Okay. You should be a disciple. You should be a disciple of the resolution that you're making. You should serve that resolution. You should always know the master is the goal. I have to listen to that goal. I have to follow that goal. I should be disciple. And what a disciple is one who follows time, who respects time, who does what time requires. Okay. Does it as it is needed. Okay. What are the goals set and achieves that. So discipline is the key ingredient. Discipline is also consistency. Through consistent disciplined effort, one can achieve the impossible. Not only the resolution, but everything in your life. But the most important thing is having the discipline, having the respect for time. People do not respect time, and then time does not respect them. You understand? People waste their time, then time wastes them. They are out. Then times don't change. But one who values time, then time values them. You see? So you should understand discipline is you're actually having a relationship with time. You live in a dimension of reality that we call space and time.
Yeah.
And if you don't have a good relation with time itself, this time will not create a space for you.
Oh.
Yeah, it will never create a space for you. It will take you out of the space. It will change your times, make you go to hell, make your life miserable. But if you align with time, you respect time, situations, circumstances, every time has a reason and purpose that it comes in your life. You do that, serve it. When you're a student, forget everything. Be a good student. Be a disciplined student. Try to achieve the best. If you are a mother, forget everything. Be a good mother. Give your best as a motherhood. When you are an employee, don't even think, deliver the best an employee. People as an employee are so miser. They work for hours, and it's hours that they get paid for. But imagine an employee works for an organization. The organization then works for that person. You see, people do not understand that what you do with time is very important. And we all have that time. And now 365 days of next year is the time. Respect it, value it. It will never ever come back again. Time once gone is gone. Okay. So invest your time in the things that align with your resolution.
Yeah.
So that is discipline.
Yeah. And as you have explained, I think it becomes very much clear that if you waste time, the time will not think twice to waste you.
Yeah, you're waste in terms
Yeah.
of time, you're just a wastage.
Yeah.
And this existence works on time. Everything is perfectly timed in this existence. You also.
Yeah.
If you're not a part of it, you're not in alignment with, you're out. Survival of the fittest is the law of existence. If you're not fit, then you are out. Okay. And it does not have a little emotional drama. It doesn't play, oh, this is my child and this I gave birth. Existence doesn't care about
That is what
something.
the beautiful part is. It does not discriminate, like
It doesn't
this is
discriminate.
it doesn't
Yeah,
discriminate. That's the
absolutely.
beauty of it.
Yeah.
Like everybody has a chance. It's not that you won't have your chance. Like it says ki apna time aayega.
Yeah, it's like that. So it's like this, that time is a healer and time is the killer.
Oh,
Yeah.
beautiful.
If you use that time nicely, it will help you heal yourself. If you use that time badly, the same time will kill you. Okay. So you should know then respect time.
Yeah, it's like playing with the poison of the snake.
Yeah.
Yeah. So here we go with the activity. Identify potential distractions and create a plan to handle them.
Yeah.
Oh, very nice activity.
So what is a distraction? Distraction is where time leaks. When time leaks, seal it so that you don't lose your time. Find out all those leaking points where you're getting distracted and not getting in alignment with the purpose you want to. So seal those leaking points so that you are able to achieve the right value for the time that you want to invest in your resolution. Now, how do you do is make a list. Find out all the distracting points that take you away and waste your time. Okay. It could be a family, a foolish conversation in the family that you're spending hours talking to. Something does not give you anything in return. Don't do that. Just stop the conversation, go and back to your resolution, right? So learn what you have to do, find out those distractors, list them out and scratch them, actually scratch them, that I will not be a part of this. Sorry. Could be a toxic friend, could be a an addiction, could be something that is distracting you. Finish. I remember one guy who he was one of my employee. He was so talented, but his distraction was smoking. When he used to smoke, it used to distract him, and this distraction actually took away his charm of he being contributing to the organization. And I used to see that he should go and spend 20 minutes every time. Every 1 hour, 20 minutes gone in smoking. Finish. So in a day, if you are smoking 5 times, you have lost almost 100 minutes.
Yeah.
You did not respect that 100 minutes. That 100 minutes became the reason that you're out of the organization.
Oh.
Yeah. So value your time. Okay. Find out the distractors, take an action plan to make sure that you're not distracted with those.
When we do this, there is a little embarrassment. It comes initial stage of it, like that so many things distract us, and what
When your Dhruv, when your pant is torn, to stitch it, if that is a distraction, if that is an
no,
embarrassment,
in that example, it is not
yeah, then so something that is going to be a leaking
leaking
point,
point.
sealing that is not something
Yeah,
that you
yeah.
should be embarrassed at.
No, just to note down that this distracted, this distracted. It's a
It's you're having a self conversation. You're not making a public display of it.
yeah, yeah.
I did not tell you to go out and tell everybody this is distracting me, this is distracting me, this guy distracts me, that is. No, I'm not
We
telling you.
keep
I'm
it
telling
in
you
a
are right, keeping a
yeah,
conversation with yourself in your own diary.
yeah.
You're listing down your distractors and making sure that you will
The
and plan to stay away from those distractors. That's it.
understood.
Yeah.
That makes it clear. Then the actionable item is develop a discipline tracker to monitor daily habits and routines.
Yeah. So discipline tracker is important. A timetable. When we were in college, when we were in school, we had to be studying for a subject.
Hmm.
We knew for this particular exams, we used to have timeline. So much. So for physics, I'm going to study so many hours. For chemistry, I'm going to so people who know to put timetable, okay, are actually people who have begun their journey for discipline. If there is no timetable, finish. There's no way because time passes very, very consistently. Okay. Your consistency with it is where you'll have the alignment. If you're not having a timetable of things that you want to do in that day, which does not align with the resolution or the purpose that you intend to fulfill that year, then you will never be able to achieve that. So, one of the actionable item is that you should have a timetable there on board for people for you to do that day. So, if it's making like doing an exercise, mention that this time to this time I'm going to do exercise. Okay. If you're going to have a diet plan, make sure that from this time to this time you're going to have your food with this type. So have an action plan completely disciplined on a timetable. That is the key for you to be in discipline.
Understood. Then the reflection question here is how will I stay committed to my resolution even when it's hard? Yeah.
Now, it's because when you have a commitment for your resolution, it's not going to be easy, right?
No.
Maybe morning you have to get up and your mind says, no, not today. We can do it tomorrow. So, what is the reason or how will I stay committed to it? What can I do so that I remain committed to it? Find that thing. This is the way I'm going to do that. I'm going to have a reason for me to do that every day. So, how will I stay committed to my resolution even when it's hard? You have to have an answer for this. If you don't have an answer for this, then you'll never be disciplined.
And you have already given us the path to have answers
Exactly.
for it. Then I just have to go look at my vision boards, everything that I've put down until now,
Yeah,
and that will make me realize that, yeah, this is why it is,
right.
how I can make it, how
So,
can I
you
stay
see, your
committed.
question has the answers always in the experience,
Yes,
not in the
unknown,
unmanifested or
unknown,
the unknown. It's always in the known
known.
that your answers lie,
Yeah.
not in the unknown. Okay. So your journey is always based on the momentum that the past gives you, so that you propel into the future with a particular, speed or particular direction. So it's you should always have this particular. So I stay committed to my resolution because I have this resolution. I've made this publicly open.
Intention.
I have made that on a vision board. If this doesn't happen, everybody is going to laugh at me. This is all that. So create all the embarrassing moments that make you perform your duty.
Yeah.
Okay. If you don't have anything written, usually it's not easy for people to write down on the board
Yeah,
so
yeah,
that people can see. Because what if it doesn't happen?
yeah.
I'll feel embarrassed. So they keep themselves away from this.
One of the examples which come in is a great film star. If he just announced that I will be ruling this city one
Yeah.
day. That's a
Yeah.
big and bold statement to say something like that.
Yeah.
So if he would not have done now, it would have been the
Yeah, something
greatest
you spoke
embarrassment.
a lot and did nothing.
Yeah,
Dr. Lim says in Chinese they say you're like that cannon that makes a lot of noise but does not shoot a single ball out there, a
yeah,
cannonball out there. So we cannot be a gun that only makes sound but does not fire. Okay, so we should be able to fire also.
yeah,
So make sure that you have a good reason for doing what you're doing.
yeah,
Okay, and that should be the thing that pushes you to be disciplined in the action that you're set out for.
yeah. Okay, we take
Now,
the
yeah,
next one.
sixth one
Sixth one
is
is
energy.
energy.
So energy is to cultivate momentum.
Momentum. Again, energy is to cultivate momentum. Like till now, we haven't come to the point of momentum. Is it?
No, now you have just started to roll.
Yeah.
Now you have to have the energy to get that momentum on.
Yeah.
Okay, so now your actions will create the momentum.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, first it was the resolution, the intention, and all those things that actually triggered it up.
Mm.
It's like when you lit, the spark was there, then you took a little cotton and burned it into a little fire.
Yeah.
From the fire, you burned a little twigs and made a little big fire.
Mm.
Now is this fire that you have cultivated, now to put it into big logs around it and make a big fire.
Okay.
So the energy, now you need energy.
Yeah.
Now it should be something that you sound to the world.
Mm.
Now something should be visible. Now it should be seen through you.
Mm.
Okay, because in the stage when it was a spark,
Yeah.
it did not give what a fire needs to give. It lit the fire. A little fire did not give anything what a fire needs to give.
Mm.
But when it started to burn the logs,
Mm.
when it became a campfire,
Mm.
okay, then it gave light, it gave you heat, gave warmth, everything.
Mm.
You can cook in it, you can dance around it,
Mm.
you can enjoy it. That's how the energy can transform your life.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
I mean, most of us would have misunderstood that the fire was already there. I mean, all felt that energy already rolling in.
No, no, that was just the spark.
Yeah.
You are just sparkling right now.
Okay.
Now is the time where you have to now convert that into your energy. You should become the energy.
Okay.
People should see that no, this is the
Now
energy.
it doesn't need that effort to put in the spark. Now it is that innate
Yeah,
energy that
now
I have become
it will feed itself.
automated.
Yeah.
Okay. So the activity here is teach participants about energy management. Example, physical health, mental recharge.
Yeah. So now here you have to you yourself,
Mm.
you should understand that this body is needed.
Mm.
So get your body active in the
Mm.
actions that you plan for the resolution.
Mm.
Get your mind set for the
Mm.
actions that you plan for the mind for
Mm.
completing the resolution.
Mm.
So stay in different activity zones.
Mm.
Like maybe you're doing running, maybe you're doing exercise, maybe you're doing Zumba, maybe whatever you're doing,
Mm.
the body will be a part of it.
Mm.
So try to keep the body active
Mm.
so that it is able to contribute towards your resolution. On the other side, go through trainings, readings, upgrading yourself so that your mind is also recharged again and again. So this is where you recharge
Mm.
yourselves and you make sure that the momentum is there,
Yeah.
the energy is there. Like burning fire, as the fire becomes big, it needs a lot of wood to become more big.
Very true.
If you don't give it wood, it will just fade off. You understood?
Yes.
So when you are excited and super excited with completing a resolution, make sure you get the body and the mind recharged again and again
Mm.
by participating in all those things. So here is your recharging action,
Yeah, I mean, not just because you felt that momentum of energy
No, no, no,
suddenly,
yeah.
don't go back and put yourself plug-ins.
No, no.
Okay, so the actionable item here is create a self-care schedule to maintain energy level.
Yeah. You see, sometimes when the energy is high, you might dissipate that in unnecessary things. Do not do that. You have to have a self-care routine.
Mm.
Maybe you're a speaker, you're traveling along. For you to speak in the next session, you need to be fit and fine again.
Yeah.
Make sure you recharge yourself, rest well.
Yeah.
Go for that 12-hour, 14-hour, 16-hour rest so that when you get up, you are at the same potential of delivery that you were before that particular event, right? So you should understand everything that you will do will exhaust you. And every time you get exhausted, recharge yourself.
Yeah.
Very, very important. So do not fall sick. See, imagine you're going and planning for a resolution. What is it if you are fallen sick? Finish.
Nothing. It doesn't matter anymore
Then
because
there is nobody who can help you, right?
no.
Because you have physically and mentally fallen sick.
Yeah.
All your resolution is now just gone.
Yeah.
So
Like
make sure that the means for which you're going to accomplish that resolution are always in that optimum level of energy. So resting yourself,
Mm.
treating yourself well,
Mm.
taking care of yourself, having a self-care schedule.
Mm.
So the actionable, create a self-care schedule for yourself.
Mm.
That I will exercise this time. I'll have this as a diet plan.
Mm.
I'll do these things. So have that very, very clearly set out for yourself.
Yeah, because the example which you had given about one of your employees, I mean, if that was the journey they were going on, and it is said that sometimes things don't go well, and that even if you both had had that resolution, it would someday just go away like that.
Yeah.
I mean, just why am I quoting that example is because you are telling us that the body is very important.
Yeah.
Don't just torture it and have things used on it. Then later on, when you were actually like that picture is shown, two people in a cave going for the diamond with
Yeah.
a chisel or something like that, and then one just reaches and then gives up,
Yeah.
and one actually continues, and maybe it was giving up because the arms were sore and could not continue because they had done something to it. So
So
is that
I remember in my college, when we were doing my Ayurveda, we had a very, very intelligent guy who was super intelligent, but he used to study so hard that just before the exam, he got malaria. Just before the day before the exam, he could not appear for the exam. And people like us who failed, okay, he was among us for the odd batch. So then we had a scholar who was with us. So it was good for us because
good
we
for
got a mentor for us.
yeah,
But so don't torture yourself that you miss an opportunity.
yeah,
It's like that.
yeah,
So it's have a self-care schedule.
yeah. So the quest again, the reflection question is, what energizes me
Yeah.
and how can I prioritize it?
So what is it that gives me energy? Maybe a conversation with my mentor.
Hmm.
Maybe if I take good rest. Maybe if I read a book. Maybe if I practice meditation. Maybe if I do this and maybe if I do that. That is where I get energy.
Yeah.
This is where I drain my energy. If you know this very clearly, then you will prioritize that over everything else. Because unless and until you have the energy, you will not be able to deliver what you have to deliver.
Very
So
true.
make it very clear in your question that what is it that gives me energy and I will do that. Make it clearly.
We also should put down what takes away the energy or something like that, or
Yeah, not necessarily
not
because you'll
necessary.
know, but what gives you energy is always
Is
good.
yeah,
Maybe a boost of good supplements like spirulina, all those, Morinzi. But taking a bottle of Morinzi, I feel good, energy.
yeah.
People are like that,
A cup of coffee
Yeah.
sometimes.
Yeah. So I know that gives me energy, and hence I do that again and again.
Yeah.
So people should know that.
Okay. So continuing the seventh one, where I think everything will boil down to it, comes your focus, which is minimize distractions. Now focus, beautiful. You have given this minimize distractions. Not that focus is said to be, one thing only. Like
Uh.
among all these things, one thing. But you're saying leave everything and then only that thing will remain.
Yeah, because unless and until you know exactly what you're doing, you will not be able to let go of all those distractions.
Mm.
See, if you want to go to Bombay, if
Mm.
somebody is talking to you about Nasik and talking about any other place, you're least interested because
Yeah.
your journey is to Bombay, right? You want to meet somebody in Bombay. If he's telling you about any other destination, it's of no use.
Yeah.
Like you're working in DXN and as a company, and people talk about DXN, you're interested because that's your focus.
Mm.
But somebody talks about other companies, it doesn't
You
make
lose
anything.
interest.
So these distractions, one who can minimize these distractions is the one who is focused.
Minimize again.
Yeah. So
But
minimize
yeah,
because see, distractions will always be there.
yeah.
That is why there is a chance to focus.
Hmm.
You understand? If there is a state of no distraction, there is no need to focus.
Can you just go deeper with it?
Yeah.
Like,
So because there are distractions around, like if you see a tree with green leaves, and then there is a bird, a parrot which is green colored, which has got a red eye, a focus will see the red eye,
okay.
will not get distracted with the green leaf or the green parrot.
So green leaves, the green color of the pattern
A
is that
distraction for
distraction.
the one who's going to shoot the eye.
Okay.
Okay. For the one who's going to shoot the green parrot, for him, the shade of the green parrot
Hmm.
is the focus area.
Hmm.
He is least interested with any other thing, not even with the red eye.
Mm-hmm.
He can only see the green shade. It's the way you're going to look at it. The everything else is just get blurred.
Hmm.
And that is what focus is all about.
Amazing. So the activity for here for focus is conduct a focus audit by identifying time wasting
Yeah.
activities.
Make a list. This is waste of time. This is where my time is wasted. This is where I get distracted. Again, make that list so that you remain focused. So
Yeah.
simple, but do it. Do it. Put down the list. Your focus audit. It's called the focus audit. Do an audit. You have been doing that. You have been, but check again.
So for someone who's not from a company background, like
So audit
audit.
is to when you have done it, you have checked it, then rechecking it is audit.
Okay.
Right? So like an auditor going and verifying whether it was done, whether
Mhm.
I told you to check if there are any distractors, you go and again check, did you really check whether there were any distractors, and did you actually work on those distractors? This is auditing.
Understood.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
go and do a focus audit.
Okay. So then the actionable item here is implement techniques like time blocking or digital detox.
So you need to now learn the art of blocking time,
Mm.
especially blocking time for the purpose that you want to do.
Mm.
Maybe an hour for reading a book. whatever it is, block that time for that book, maybe block the time for this activity, block a time for certain things, and learn the art of simple thing like digital detox. At this time I will not touch my phone, I will not do this, because digital toxicity
It has
is like,
become
yeah.
impossible.
So we become, if we take a tool and only live by that tool, we become paralyzed by that tool.
Yeah, very
Because
true.
the tool is gone, you are helpless. Learn to live without the thing that actually makes you helpless.
Mm-hmm.
So if you learn to walk without a stick, you're still independent, right? So this thing, the digital world is our world.
Yeah.
We live in a digital world, we need it. But if we are completely dependent on it, then we have lost the chance. So learn to have a world, a time where you are digitally detoxed. Forget the phone, forget the laptop, forget the computer for some time, and you're just into a world which is more realistic. So that little phase gives you to value the world of digital world again,
Yeah.
and you'll respect it much better.
So covering up this digital detox, because I will like to ask a couple of more questions here. Like, it's not necessary to completely let go of your mobile phone. Like,
No, no, no. That is why it's
you are
saying
saying sometime, because many of the time
time.
people say ki you should do that 50-50. As you said, it is the digital world we live in.
Yeah,
So maximum of the time we have to put is into the digital aspect of this world.
absolutely.
So you are just saying not necessarily out of, let's say, for example, 10, you at least give that 1 hour out.
So I know Dr. Lim also closely. For every say around an hour,
Hmm.
he has a 10-minute digital detox.
Okay.
10 minutes he'll not see, but 50 minutes he'll work again.
That is what you do while you do
Yeah,
your
even when
practice.
when I leave
Yeah,
it,
yeah, yeah.
I don't look at my phone like
Mm.
now the conversation.
You have come.
Technically now we are doing digital detox.
Yeah.
Although the others are digitally engaged, we are digitally detoxing ourselves. So this is what it is. So maybe everybody can do this in a way, right?
Yes.
It's like somebody has to understand the importance of not being dependent on it continuously,
Yes.
right? So because that triggering of impulses and everything, that's too much of sensory
Very true.
impulse.
So the question here is the reflection question. How can I maintain focus on my resolution amid daily distractions?
Yeah. So again, ask that question, keep that question reflecting on you again and again. How can I maintain my focus on my resolution and daily distractions? Ask this question, you have the answers with you.
Okay.
Definitely you have the answers. Okay. Let's take the last one, the most
Yeah.
important one.
Yeah. The most important one. And it's called the awareness.
Awareness.
Reflect and adapt. Now, can you take us through the word awareness,
Yeah.
and why did you give that reflect and adapt to it?
So when I say reflect and adapt,
Mm-hmm.
you should understand resolution was the sun. Okay. And there has to be a moon that
Mm.
reflects the power of the sun. You establish the sun as the center of what you want to achieve.
Mm.
It is shining continuously, but something has to keep on reflecting that shining to you continuously,
Mm.
and that's awareness.
Okay.
So awareness reminds you of
Mm.
what you had promised yourself at this beginning of the year. Awareness tells you that you will have to adapt yourself in whatever situation it is to make sure that you remain aligned with what you had promised for yourself. So this is very important. Awareness is the key, they say, for you to have your focus and attention. So cultivating awareness is through practice.
Mm.
Practice of all those 7 steps,
Mm.
okay, is ultimately going to give you awareness. But is the other way around. Having awareness is going to set you on a journey to complete all the 7 steps also,
Yes.
right? So awareness can be brought through being in the moment, okay, living every moment as it is. You can practice that. You have to cultivate this habit of being in awareness
Mm.
through a meditative practice,
Yes.
or through understanding that this moment is the only moment that matters.
Mm.
Okay, and if this moment is the moment that is aligned with the resolution that I'm doing, everything I'm doing is for that little thing that I promised myself, then you're in awareness.
Mm.
So it's like you need to know that before you shoot an arrow, whom are you shooting,
Mm.
right? If you know that and you have seen that thing that is what you're going to shoot at, and you look at your arrow and bow and arrow. Now when you shoot, you don't look at the bow and arrow, you look only at the target, and at the target, and you adjust your hand and everything according to what the goal is.
Mm.
What is it? It's called awareness.
Mm.
Awareness lets you adjust everything that's in your hand,
Mm.
so that something that is not in your hand
Mm.
is achieved.
Okay.
Okay, so everything that can be managed is, you don't need to pay attention to it, it can be managed with awareness. but your focus and attention should be the target that you want to achieve, the final object, right? So keeping your attention, focus, everything there, you do all the adjustments here. You see, a shooter does it that way. Everybody who does it, like you see a player like Messi, he looks at the goal, but his legs are dribbling the ball. He's not looking at the ball. You understand? The ball is there within his legs. Everybody. When the bowler is bowling, a batsman is looking at the hand where the ball is being bowled at. He's not looking at the fielders. He knows where the fielders are placed. So when he's playing the shot, he knows there is somebody here, there is somebody here. His thing of vision is not seeing that, but he is aware of it. But his thing of vision is looking at what is coming his way. When you look at every moment of your life, what is coming at your way, but you have an awareness of the resolution that you have made as a whole and the purpose that you're doing it for, the intention with which you're doing, the actions that are going to follow, all those 7 things, then you are able to work on that moment. Otherwise, you'll miss that moment. Once a moment lost, another moment lost, a moment lost, a moment lost, and everything lost.
Yes.
You understand? So that is the key for awareness.
I mean, if anybody would have been able to follow that thought with complete awareness, the train of thought which just came in, you just gave out the complete secret of it.
Absolutely.
And I mean, the way you just told about awareness, I think that is the only thing out there. I mean, if
Absolutely.
somebody wants to actually pinpoint in this, I'm not saying that this level is not lesser or greater, but it is that pinpointing place which is called the awareness, for me at least. And I think that is what we cultivate through even our practice on daily basis. Because you have told Shunya is not a practice for 1 day, 2 day, 3 day. It's a practice till your last breath.
Yeah. So when you look at, I used to watch National Geographic a lot, and when I used to see a lion go for a hunt, when it used to arrange itself, it used to pick up the target, the prey, and then all things it used to do is just adjust its muscles, get itself ready, and then boom, is to go as if something is shot it out, and whatever happened here and there, I don't think so you can see, but
And I
it's
think
aware. It has already scanned the whole, you can say,
area.
the area, land, and he knows what is where. He knows what all the species are, but he only sees one.
So being aware is knowing what is where.
Yeah, knowing everything.
Yeah.
But acting on the one that is important is awareness.
Okay.
Okay. So consciousness is getting all your senses aligned with the act while you're aware with everything that is conscious and unconscious or subconscious, whatever it is. Awareness includes all the states of consciousness, right? But consciousness is only sensory consciousness. But sensory consciousness is needed for action. Unconscious is not needed for action.
No.
Unconscious is needed for you to be making sure that you don't go there, don't fall in the trap, right? Very, very important. So it will not like a lion when it's running straight and there's the edge of a cliff. It's going to go like that and jump itself and go down. No, no, no. It knows that this is the point that it can run maximum. Beyond this, he cannot even jump. So it will know that and it will target exactly with that speed and then knows where to stop.
Yeah, and lion.
I've never seen an animal just jumping like this and falling.
Exactly.
People driving a car have fallen. I've never seen two animals heading each other and going into accident. But two people driving the bike, they have gone into collision.
Yeah.
Because we live in unawareness.
Okay.
They live in awareness. Okay.
Yeah.
So let's take the activity.
Yeah. The activity here is practice mindfulness or regular journaling to evaluate progress.
Yeah. So now in awareness, you watch the progress. What is happening? How much have I achieved it? It's now time in the 8th step to list down what have you achieved. And that is during the day, during the week, during the month, during the quarter of the months, during half year of the year, and then over the year. So making sure that you are having the complete view of the 365 days that you're going on a journey. Every day that is lost, you should know that 364 days left, 363 days left. You should have the counter going on. That's awareness. You should know that out of the 24 hours, my hour went, my this thing happened. So that is awareness.
Amazing.
Awareness keeps you letting know what is being leaked,
Yes.
what is getting over.
Yes.
Okay, with that, you should be able to journal it and evaluate your progress.
Yes. I think so. Maybe you can say not having complete awareness, but initially when you have those friction of awareness, I think everybody, because in our day-to-day conversation, everybody tells, I just wasted my time here and this. Is that awareness telling them?
No. It's not awareness. That's repentance. He's not
Yeah.
repenting. Oh, because Now it's like somebody put his leg on a banana skin and fell. Oh, I put my leg on banana. You're doing it after you have fallen, right?
Yeah.
After the pain has come in, after the suffering has set in, you then realize that you have done this. I'm telling you, not before that suffering sets in, before that pain comes in. Are you aware that this action will lead you to do that? You should be aware of it.
Mm.
Okay, I'm a smoker. If I'm aware that 20 years afterwards, I might get a lung condition, then I will not smoke now. But if I don't care about what is going to happen 20 years, I'll smoke now.
Yeah.
I do something now because it does not show me any result now. So I
Mm.
don't care.
Yeah.
But awareness is beyond time.
Mm.
If our awareness tells you that this seed that you're sowing will grow into this tree, for sure. The more you nourish it, the more stronger the tree will grow. Awareness tells you that. Awareness takes you on the journey from the past, present, and future. It takes you on the whole journey beyond time,
Mm-hmm.
right? So awareness is the key for you, that 365 days of your life that you have now promised yourself. Make sure that every day, every hour, every second of that matters.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you. And then moving ahead, the actionable item here is set a monthly reflection day to assess progress and recalibrate plan.
Yeah, very important. So every month, that reflection day. Now, let me analyze this month. What I did the 4 weeks. This is what I've done. This is what my resolution was. This is where I've reached. I make these were the challenges I came across. Now I have to recalibrate. Maybe I'll have to have a change in plan. Every month you should have that reflection day where you have that conversation with yourself. And in this special batch that we will be doing exclusively for people who are attending today,
Yeah.
we'll have a Zoom batch wherein people who would like to join this batch will have a reflection day. We will take you through a journey of self-awareness through practice also, and then the whole idea would be to help you to achieve that target that you're setting out for yourself. So this will be a more personalized way
Yeah.
of handling a small team, and that we will be do. We'll have a
Yeah, this will
reflection
be
day
a
and
close
we'll
batch. So for that, we would like to request you all just put in your names in the comment section so we know that we can make a attendance list, and then for these people we'll
we'll
be
send the
available.
link of the
We
Zoom.
we'll already note down the people who are in the studio, but then we'll send you all the Zoom link.
Yeah. So this is online. We'll have a reflection day for sure.
Yeah.
Okay. Then reflection question.
Yeah. What am I learning about myself and my journey as I work on this resolution?
At the end, if your resolution is not going to be your teacher,
Yeah.
if your actions are not going to be your teacher, then definitely it's a useless journey.
Mm.
So what am I learning
Mm.
about myself?
Mm-hmm.
Because it's a self discovery that you're here for.
Mm.
It's a journey that is. So what am I learning from this resolution of mine? What am I learning from this whole process? Myself and my journey as I work on this resolution. So something I need to take as my learning,
Mm.
so that next year, 2026,
Mm.
I set up for the next journey. Okay. I become a good qualified student of 2025.
Yeah.
Okay. And my subject this year is the target that I've set.
Yeah.
And it's going to be the reason because I'm going to be a bit wiser, a bit smarter, a bit stronger, a bit more capable, for me to take on another challenge for the next year.
Yeah.
And when you live lives every year, challenge after challenge, challenge after challenge, you grow mightier and mightier, and you'll transfer a bigger part of the society. And that's exactly what our purpose is.
Yeah, beautiful. I think that covers up the 8 step approach which
Yeah.
you told us, and this is a very powerful one. If those whoever is listening in the studio and even online, I think we all have realized that how important this is and why is it important for us, and why should we make one resolution that we should follow this 8 step approach.
Yeah.
Now, the question I had parked, if you remember that when you were telling the story of Buddha, you said that once he got his enlightenment, then he went out and took out a vow, because you just said that set yourself for 2026. Even at that time, somebody like that, it's not that if your resolution ends for that year, the journey ends.
Mhm.
That is what I wanted to
Yeah.
talk
To
with you.
every Buddhas, basically, after they have achieved that state of peace,
Mm.
tranquility for themselves,
Mm.
they learn and they share it with everyone so that everybody achieves that.
Okay.
So if, like we saw how Mrs. Devakar said that because she's a millionaire, she wants to make 100 millionaires. It's like that. No, because I find a way, I show it to everyone. It's the human tendency. We have been social beings.
Mhm.
We have lived together always. We have shared good practices with our people always.
Mm.
So this is our human nature. And that is why the only species that thrives on earth is our species. we have worked together as one team. So that is always going to be there.
Yeah.
You will always take a vow to help our other beings around us.
So one resolution to another. So it's more of a spiral which continues.
Yeah, more of the bricks coming together to become make a castle.
Okay.
Yeah, it's like that.
Yeah. So
So let's end. I think, as I told you,
Yeah.
everything, the whole quest is through questions.
Yeah.
So we'll leave this session with self reflection questions
Yeah.
that people can use. They can write it down and ask these 8 questions every day. Self reflect on this every day. These 8 questions will become like your supervisor to watch you whether you're able to do what you need to do in year 2025. Okay, what is it? What resolution inspires me for 2025 and why?
Why?
Okay, that's the first question. What is the second?
What intentions will guide my actions towards this resolution?
Yes.
Yes.
Then third?
The third one, who can support me through meaningful conversation and accountability? What first step can I take today to begin this journey?
Yeah.
How will the fifth one is, how will I overcome obstacles to remain disciplined? The sixth one is, what strategies will help me maintain the energy needed to stay consistent? The seventh one is, what distractions must I eliminate to maintain my focus? The eighth one is, how will I remain aware and adaptable throughout the year?
Yeah. So keep reflecting these questions again and again. Okay. So the only thing we would like to say is, we all understand that needs a moment of inspiration, for us to continue doing that. And these questions can become that inspiration, that reminder for us to do that. So I
Yeah.
think at this very note, we can end today's session.
Yeah.
But
I mean, giving
if you have any questions,
I have these questions with me.
I think that they are good enough for you to go on a journey.
I have at least more
Any
than
questions
enough.
here,
We can ask them, or if there are any questions online, we can take that up. But by that time, maybe we can even summarize this a little bit, and then give a conclusion as well out of it. So, what is the summary that you want us to have of it, like in gist of it?
Yeah, so I think the way the mind functions is through steps. Okay, it doesn't like to work randomly. It likes to work in a orderly way. But the mind gets distracted because of the sensual world. So if one is able to get discipline, order, and is able to put the mind into action in a stepwise manner, he becomes a chef that prepares his own recipe in an orderly way and deliver the same tasting food every time he cooks. Every time he cooks. So once you get to know this formula, you become the master of manifestation. And this is what I want to say, that 2500 years ago, Buddha gave us the Eightfold Path, wherein he said that with the right view, you can change your life.
Yeah.
Okay. Take away suffering, whatever kind it is. It could be suffering in the financial suffering, could be your physical health suffering, it could be your mental suffering and emotional suffering. Whatever thing that is causing you pain, whatever thing that is causing you sorrow, that suffering will be eliminated if one who walks on the path. And this is the path that I'm talking about, is the 8-step path that one will be able to achieve whatever he wants to achieve.
So the conclusion is that we have to follow the path,
Walk the path.
And to first set our goals and then achieve them.
Yes.
So thank you so much for coming here today and joining us, because ever since you said this topic yesterday, I was a bit hungry to know what is it. And then now that you have, my thirst for topic has been quenched, but a different kind of hunger is born within me now.
And I think from the Sunya studio, this is a good initiative that you have started.
Thank
I
you.
think with this, we will be able
More
to
people.
show a
And
different idea.
later I take your signature on the cup.
Yeah, being the first guest on your show. Yeah,
First
okay.
one. So thank you so much for joining us
Yeah.
today. So any last words from your side for the people who are listening out there, or the
I
people
think
listening?
accomplish what you set out for. That's the only thing we can say.
And we can wish them happy
Yeah,
new
and
year.
then as we said, we will have
Yeah.
the WhatsApp
Reflection
group,
day.
right? We'll have the WhatsApp group that we will be forming. We'll have people who are interested to have that reflection day.
Yeah.
Every month we will have one session for them exclusively,
Yeah.
where we'll help them push towards their resolution, fulfilling their resolution, understanding what challenges they are facing, which are the leaking points where their mind gets distracted, how we can bring the mind back into track and follow the path so that they achieve what they are setting out for. Okay, that will be the whole process that we will be doing.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So thank you so much.
Thank you, and a very happy new year to
Yes,
everyone out
happy
there.
New Year to you too.
Yeah.
Okay. Bye bye.